that. We are closer, George, than we've ever been before in ensuring that we get some genuine insurance reforms that don't let insurance companies discriminate against pre-existing conditions, that we cut costs for families and small business and provide some accessibility to the tens of millions.
You've just identified the relatively non-controversial portions of the plan that have some bipartisan support, but the president facing a real dilemma over this public health insurance option. He seems to be caught in something of a squeeze play. You've got the House Speaker, Nancy Pelosi, saying unless there's a strong public option, this bill can't pass the House, yet you've got top Democrats in the Senate saying we can't get it through the Senate if there is a public option included. So how does the president thread that needle?
Well, look, George, let's spend a couple minutes, because I'm sure it'll be a big subject today on your roundtables, on what a public option is and what a public option isn't. A public option, first of all, will not affect the health insurance for 160 to 180 million that get it through employer-sponsored coverage. We're talking about dealing with the individual and small business market of health insurance reform, right? So the vast majority of people, if you're on Medicare, you're not even going to be affected in any way, shape, or form by a public option, right? We're just trying to provide, the president's trying to provide choice and competition in a market, again, for individual and small business owners. This will not be unfairly subsidized and compete against private insurers at an unfair basis. This will operate under the premiums that they collect.
So it won't dictate Medicare rates?
It won't dictate those type of things. Let me give you a story, George. I have a friend in Alabama, where I'm from, who started a small business in January. We're all enormously proud of him starting a business. So the first thing he had to do was go find insurance for his family. So he entered the individual market in Alabama. 89% of people on the individual and small business market in Alabama get their insurance through one provider, Blue Cross Blue Shield. He's lucky, right? His family's healthy, and he was accepted to get coverage. But in talking to other small business owners, he found that a lot of them were denied coverage. He's lucky, again, because his family is healthy, but Lord knows, George, if he loses his health insurance for any reason and his family gets sick, he's going to be in a real bind. We want to provide people like that in that market that are in the individual and small business market with something of an option. In this case, a public option that provides choice and competition.
I recognize that, and the president has long said that he prefers that. He wants a public option.
And he still does.
But he wants it. But will he sign a bill that doesn't include it because it can't get through the Senate?
Well, we're not going to prejudge what the process will be when we sign a bill, which the president expects to do this year. The president strongly believes that we have to have an option like this to provide choice and competition, to provide a check on insurance companies, because without it, again, we're going to have markets as big as a whole state of Alabama, almost 90% of which is dominated by one insurance company.
I mean, that's the key question. We've known for months that the president is for it. Is it essential for health care reform?
The president believes it is a valuable tool, and I think you'll hear him talk about it on Wednesday. It's a valuable tool to provide choice and competition, something that you'll hear him talk about extensively.
Let me just try to sum this up then. The president, from what I can hear, is going to make the case for the public health insurance option, for a form of the public health insurance option on Wednesday. But he is not going to say, if you don't bring me one, I veto the bill.
Well, I doubt we're going to get into heavy veto threats on Wednesday. We're going to talk about what we can do because we're so close to getting it done. He will talk about the public option and why he believes and continues to believe that it is a valuable component of providing choice and competition that helps individuals and small businesses, at the same time provides a check on insurance companies so they don't dominate the market.
Even though he knows that means he's not going to get Republicans on the bill.
Well, we haven't closed the door on Republicans that are ready, able, and willing to work with the president to try to provide a solution for this. You know, George, I think if you talk to Republican members, both in the House and the Senate, the one thing they will come back from over this August break, regardless of all the heat and light around town hall meetings, is you still have millions and millions of constituents telling leaders in Congress, Democrats and Republicans, that we have to get something done. That failure is not an option because millions of Americans are watching their premiums skyrocket.